how to 10x the power of your favorite 432 hertz healing meditation without any special skills in 5 minutes or less. I'm Fracka Future and welcome to the Vanguard of Light. If you're here because you're attracted to 432, because you know there's a higher power and you can feel the energy around you, might be that 1% that is the Vanguard of Light. And we're here to raise the vibration and usher in a whole new world. So let's get into this. So you got your 432 meditation and you're probably thinking, okay, I need to find the right one. It's got to have the right vibrations implanted into it. It's got to have the right pictures, and all this has to come together perfectly. And if it doesn't quite work, it's another one. And is it this one? And is that one more powerful? Is that one more powerful? But however, the biggest thing, the biggest power that's being left out of it is three things. It only takes three things to turbocharge any of the 432s to where they're going to be exponentially more powerful. So let's get into what those are. Getting specific as to what we want the healing energy to work on or do. So a little story would be like, say you went into a doctor's office and you said, I want to feel better. Like, well, okay, what's going on? It's like, oh, I just want to feel better. But there are specific things that are occurring, especially when there's something that's triggering it in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, that's saying like, hey, 432. Like, I'm attracted to 432 for some reason. Or I think like, okay, it just popped up, let me play it. And that's going to give you like just a baseline. It's going to make you feel better. But it can't go as deep as it can when you first, because it's the three that we put together. It's not just the one. So the first one is like kind of, what is it? Like, are you feeling an angst? Are you feeling a heartbreak? Are you feeling like you don't know where to go? Like you're unmotivated, whatever. You get into the feeling that you would like lifted. And the more you can find out where is that feeling even located? Because this is going to start tuning you up that it's not just a general feeling, that you're having a specific feeling. It's going to have a location, could even have a color. And once you've like acknowledged what that is and then say like, I want this 432 to go after this, you'll actually be able to see the change. So instead of just listening to it and being like, well, I think I feel better, you'll actually start seeing what it's changing in your energy space. And that just starts tuning you up, which is gonna make it more and more like these gifts that are just, there's a thin veil, and you got these gifts that are ready to bubble up. But activities like this, to where you tune up and say, okay, where do I feel it? What's going on here? Okay, I don't feel, because generally you just get a feeling I don't feel good, right? When you look into it, like, oh, well, no, because I got a sensation here, I got a body sensation here, I'm thinking about so and such, and I have this emotion attached to it, right? And then you can go deeper as to, does it have a color? Does it have a size? Does it have a shape? Any of those things specifically are going to make it to where you can tell that 432, that's what I want you to go after, and then check and see, did you get a change? Which then reinforces of like, hey, this energy stuff is no joke. It's real. I can feel it. I can tell what's going on. So that's number one, why it's so critical. And then number two is, and this is why like you want to do number one, because number two is you're going to revoke any agreement to these negative energies. Because if you've accepted or have some agreement to like, okay, I agree to have this negative energy, whether you did it consciously or unconsciously, and you just bought into that, that's going to stay and stick. And the 432 can't work on it because you've agreed to have it. You said it, oh, this is a part of me, so don't clear this. Unconsciously, you might have said that. So you don't want to do that. So you want to say, you got these feelings, and you're like, okay, of these feelings, anything here, any of these negative energies, I do not agree with them staying. What I might have done in the past to agree with them to stay, I no longer agree for them to stay. So you just have that intention of like, okay, I no longer accept or agree to have these negative energies. Now the 432 can really go deep, really, really go after it. Number three. So this is all these ones lead on top of each other. They build on each other. So number three is making sure that you're in source alignment. So for whatever reason, whatever you might have bought, you might be going down a path that's not in source's alignment, or you're not aligned with source, or what source's greatest good for you is. And this negative energies, these feelings are actually, they're not necessarily helping you, but they also could be preventing you from going further down a path that source doesn't want. So you're not going to have alignment from the universe to get those cleared out of the way because it's a greater harm on the other side of it. So what you do is you ask it, like, say, I wish to be in source's alignment. I wish to be in alignment with source. So whatever correction that needs to be made in my highest good to get into alignment, I agree to that too. So now the 432 can now start redirecting to a greater source alignment. Because it's not going to want to, you're not going to have a violation of your will. So if your will is like, hey, I'm going off the cliff, I'm not changing my ways, even though you don't know there's a cliff, the 432 can't direct around that. But if you're like, I choose to be in alignment with source, and if you're deviated, the 432 can work on that deviation as well and get you more aligned with source. So now you're getting specific. Number one, you've gotten specific as to what you're going to work on. Number two, you removed all your agreements to have that negativity with you. And then number three, you're agreeing to get on source's alignment. Anything that's got you off track, now the 432 can work on that too. All right, so how many people are liking this, huh? You're starting to feel it, right? Can you see how just even adding one of these is going to start turbocharging these meditations to where it's like they already were good. Now they're going to turbocharge with one. But you can do all three. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes. It's going to start awakening up abilities inside of you that you maybe didn't even think you had. So it's going to do that. So hit me a like button. If you want, subscribe to the channel because there's going to be a lot more content like this. And one big thing I want you to do, right? First of all, definitely try it out because that's where your magic's going to happen. Once you start feeling these energies move and you actually can observe it happening, this could be your mystical experience. This could be your magical moment where it's like it all cracks open and you're just like, what? You get it viscerally, like this is real, and you start opening up of like, oh man, if that can change, what else can change? How much can my life expand, right? Because this non-physical world, it's the real deal. And when you get out there and start changing stuff, your physical reality changes in a big way. But a lot, like I said, there's a sea of doubt. There's other beings of light here, but they're turned away from the light. And there's a sea of doubt. So it's about like reinforcing the change. And one great way to do that is once you've done the meditation, you've tried out the techniques, and you felt a big change, come back to this video, throw some comments in there and say like, I did this, I tried that, it moved like this, it moved like that. You're going to have other people, you're going to inspire them. Plus they'll be also liking your comment and saying like, oh my gosh, it moved for me too. And it just reinforces that like, this is real. Our abilities are real. This non-physical world is real. And this is where the planet's going. So it's like, look, get on board because it's going to be a wild ride. So until we talk again, have a blessed day or a blessed night.